cause, and they did not facilitate slavery. Slavery had been going on in Africa for hundreds of years. How many black people do you hear speaking out against African slavery? None. None. Okay? This is exactly my point. Alright? The amount of slaves that were brought over here were minuscule compared. There were a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand rich people who owned them, okay? It was not a wide-scale thing the way that they make it seem like in the school system. But they make it seem that way, and it gives children, black children, it gives them victimization mentality, where they feel like, oh, the world's already against me because of my skin color. And they start hating white people because they're basing a whole type of people off of 1,000 years ago. They're not looking at the fact on how short a period of time this slavery was actually in this country. Very short period of time. And it was corrected. And when it was corrected, you'd think that we would get I thank you for correcting it. But no! No! No. We didn't get no thank you for correcting it. Instead, we got more demands of we want this, we want that, we should be getting reparations, da 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 da. Look, it's not gonna happen, okay? If anybody today, a black person anyway, that blames white people today for slavery has nothing to do with it. People today had nothing to do with what was going on 100 years ago. Nothing. Nothing. And these are lies perpetuated by the media, and eventually a lot of people will be getting canceled off social media platforms simply because of freedom of speech. And the other thing is that they're not, in 10 years' time, it's not just going to be getting canceled. It's that people who say the things, speak their opinion, okay, they're going to want to put people like that in jail for freedom of speech. And again, I don't know if you could hear that or not. Every time a black people pass me, they say shit. They start talking shit. Like, I'm not dissing any of them, okay? I'm trying to explain how the government is using them. And they're using us just as much, okay? They're screwing everybody exactly the same. There is no white privilege. There's not that. Trust me, because if there was, then I would not be in the position that I am in, okay? It's actually just the opposite, okay? Because I get less help from DSS, less help from the government, less help. You know how much cash they were giving me for PA? $0. $0. Yeah, they were paying my rent, and they were giving me enough food stamps to maybe feed me for a week. And no money. Why? Because I am a single white male. A single white male who does not have children. If I had children, I would be getting a lot of money. Now, this is the issue, okay? Because this is where all the money's going to. Is these women that are having 6, 7 kids. And they're doing it specifically so that they can claim them and get money from the government. Alright? The people that are doing this, the majority, 90% of them, I mean, whatever. You know, you can cry about statistics all day long. This is just what it says, alright? You can call me racist for spitting out statistics. I don't care. 85% of the women that just have children to do that, to go get money from DSS, are black. 85%. They have 6 or 7 children. They collect thousands of dollars a month so that people like me get zero. I get zero from DSS, and I have public assistance. Like I said, single white males get fucked in this system just as bad, actually worse, than even single black males. I knew a single black male who gets like $200 or $300 a month in cash. Don't ask me how. And gets a very nice apartment up in the skyline, you know, and like $400 in food stamps. But this person also is just like me, has no kids, you know, single male. The only difference is he's a single black male and I'm a single white male. So how come the single white male, I get $0 a month and I have to find my own apartment, and they tell me they'll only pay for a room. They'll only pay $350 for a room. Okay. But for the single black male, they put him up in the skyline, which is like a $600, $700, $800 a month apartment. They give him $200, $300, you know, a month in cash, and they give him more than he should be getting in food stamps. Now, why? Explain to me how that tells you there's white privilege. It says just the fucking opposite, actually. And that's what bothers me. And I know this for a fact. Here's another thing. We've all been waiting. I've been waiting for SSI. I've been disabled. And I've been labeled disabled because of my mental health conditions by many doctors. And I got put on many medications that did nothing. And if I had enough money, I could sue Big Pharma for billions of dollars, because they put me on medications that essentially fucked my brain up when they could have put me on things that were much safer. And let me tell you this. The older narcotics and benzodiazepines and opiates are a lot safer to take for anything than any of these new psych medications that you can't pronounce. Do you want to know why? Because each one of those medications that they're trying to rub out because they make people feel good, you know, Big Pharma doesn't want you to feel good when you buy their product. They just want you to buy their product, right? But I'm telling you this. Benzodiazepines, barbiturates, opiates are 100 times more safer than any antipsychotic, antidepressant that you can't pronounce today. And that is because they've been around for so long. They've had human testing done with them, and they have been ruled to be that you can live a very long, happy life taking those drugs every single day, and they know the long-term effects of them. And the long-term effects of them are a lot less than X over here, because we don't know what the long-term effects of them are. They don't know the long-term effects of these antidepressants, antipsychotic medications. That's why benzodiazepines, opiates are safer to give a client, because they know, they have been tested and have been proven over and over again. They've been around for a long time. They know the long-term effects, things like that. Me being a guinea pig and taking whatever, psych medication, placebo, that they're going to try to give me in some drug rehab, okay, could potentially turn me into a spastic in the mental health ward 25 years from now. But they don't care about that, okay? If you think they're doctors, rehabs, counselors, therapists, people that you pay money to go and tell your problems to, let me tell you, those people don't care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you. Do you know why therapy exists? Again, the biggest information gathering sources for every country, except for a couple, is Google, Apple, Microsoft, Huawei, all of these telecom companies, Samsung, all of these telecom companies, now they all cooperate with the government. Before they did not. There was a big case where Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, and they asked him if he would be willing to sign information about U.S. citizens to the government if he was asked. And Mark Zuckerberg said, "No, sir, I'm sorry. That would go against our policies. We could potentially get sued. I would not do that in that circumstance." And then the guy rephrases the question. And he asked Mark Zuckerberg, if the president right here came to you personally, if the president came to you personally, shook your hand, and said, "Listen, son, we need you to do this for us," would you do it? And you know what Mark Zuckerberg said? He said, if it was the president of the United States, I absolutely would. So there you go. That just shows you right there that all it takes is a call from Mr. Biden, and all of our information, how insignificant you may think it may be, is very significant to our government. Why? Because these phones have algorithms. Algorithms, not only do they track what they do and record what they do, but they can also predict what we're going to do next. That's what's so crazy about these algorithms for cell phones in general, and basically mobile devices with GPSs. So, based upon your usage, alright, and this is legal, and this has all been passed, and this has all been leaked, and not a whole lot of people have seen it, but it was leaked by very, very, very credible people, and that Biden had signed an executive order. It was him and 2 or 3 other people. Congress had nothing to do with it. And it basically, not only did it sign over Google and all of those telecom companies to be, quote, watchdogs for the U.S. government by censoring, right? By censoring content, taking down content, banning users, and to take it one step further, these people would go so far as to murder somebody, to silence them on a platform. And that is the people that we're dealing with. Anybody in the top 1% could do that. And the reason why is because they have money. And most of the time when the top 1% of the world that have most of the money, usually they're talking to each other. Usually they're doing business with each other. And 99.9% of the time they're going to back each other. So this is the issue that we have. Okay? We have a bunch of greedy motherfuckers at the top that don't care about anybody. They don't care about us. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They would rather have us wiped off of the planet, basically. And so here's the warning, okay? World War III is officially starting, okay? And we know this now because there have been actually somebody who has come out from the military who has said that Nato has moved their nuclear warheads to a certain spot, which predicts basically that they are waiting for an incoming of a nuclear attack from Russia. Now, Russia had already said that they are said what their target is that it's going to be our satellites. And I told you what would happen if they hit even just one of our satellites. Okay. People will be without power for years. Years. Okay. That will demobilize the country. That will make it so bad you will have to lock your doors and properly defend yourself. You might have to kill somebody. It's going to get real scary. Because, and they know this because the media has brainwashed everybody to hate everybody else so that they have us fighting with each other instead of us ganging up together to fight the people up top above us that are fucking us. And the problem too is that there's too many people now who have the idea, a lot of them, it's black entitlement ideas. Once those power lines or once our power goes out and they get hungry, you know, the horrific things that they're gonna do, you know, they're gonna run into people's house, kill people and take stuff. Because these are the type of people that they are. Where instead of the community coming together in a peaceful way, try and make sure that everybody is protected. That's how people did it in the old days. That's how people survived. That's how people survived in Israel. That's how people survived in the Middle East for a long, long time. The communities gang to get brought together, were peaceful with each other, stopped fighting with each other, and started to actually fight the problem. And eventually they won. So this is Immortal Knowledge. This is a warning. This video will probably be taken down, censored, and Watch it. Give me your comments on it. Like I said, these are very, very good. These are very, very good sources. I will name one. Elon Musk is one. And we're not even going to go into the second stage of the bad news, because there's even more bad news, which he's given us about extraterrestrial presence, and he's not joking. And it's because of these nuclear threats. And so he has just released something massive, that there are extraterrestrials, and that in fact they are rallying troops to stop us from shooting off nukes. So this is massive, and you can believe it or not, but this is what people are saying that know, okay? Elon Musk knows because he works with NASA. He works with NASA every day. He knows. These people higher up in the government, they know secrets. They know things. They love that people just will look at somebody like me saying this and laugh. That's what they want you to do. They want, oh, conspiracy theorists. That's exactly what they want you to do. Because that's how they treat the truth. So know that whenever they're trying to, whenever you see that move, it's because they're trying to hide the truth. Assalamu alaikum.